Did you start playing guitar around the 1st and 3rd frets? Most guitar players do. In fact, wouldn't it be funny if someone showed you your first chord, but it was way up high on the 20th fret, or your first riff? I'm sure this has happened to someone out there, but the majority of guitar players do start off working out the notes on the lower frets first. They learn basic chords, things like the campfire chords, A, G, E, D, things like that. But then one day they might start a band or start jamming with other musicians, and they find out this horrible truth. That if you have a bunch of guitar players all on stage playing the same parts in the same area of the fretboard, the same register, then it's going to sound muddy. Now, I'm not talking about a double, which is something I learned about doing sessions in Hollywood, where you play a part. You might have a riff that goes, and you have one guitar play it, and then you pan that to one speaker, so maybe that's in the left side or the right side, and then you pan another double of that, you play it again and record it and put it to the other side, and this can sound huge, but that's just 2 parts, and it's gotta be tight, and it's gotta be done for an effect. You could think about it, maybe if you had 2 guitar players and you did that and they were like on the left and right side of the stage. But when you have a lot of guitar players and it's not this, it's just something like, strumming, and it's not really tight, it's not locked in, then that's gonna sound amateur. But when you know how to play up and down the neck with, say, different inversions of chords, triads up and down the neck, maybe dyads, kind of some Jimi Hendrix stuff, or being able to move those inversions, then you can start to sound like a guitar orchestra. And if you thought about how a symphony plays, you might have cellos playing one low part while, there's a higher violin playing another part, and first and second violins and violas, and it's all working together to create this amazing sound. And when you start to think like this as a guitar player, it can really change your playing. You go from being a guitarist to more like an arranger. And this is something that's worked for my music career. I've been able to arrange different notes on the fretboard. However, if players don't know how to navigate the neck and work this out, then they're going to get stuck sounding amateur, like with 4 guitar players on stage all playing the same parts. And if you've struggled with this, then I want to give you a gift. Go to johnmclennan.com/fretboard guide and get your hands on my free fretboard guide PDF. This is going to show you 5 chords and 5 scales to unlock the neck, and it's built on just simple chords, like what I was talking about. When you start playing guitar in your very first chords, most likely around the 1st and 3rd frets. So those are some tips for how to play higher up the neck. Go to johnmclennan.com/fretboard guide. Grab this free PDF now. As always, hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, you might like this one next.